Good morning. Welcome to AMAI on Friday, February 2nd with Chris and Justin, where we look at things in the AI world and sometimes the non-AI world and see what's up out there.
All right. So today we're going to look at a quasi AI thing. And so I sent Justin a link on the Arc browser.
Okay.
If you haven't used the Arc browser, I love the browser. It's really, really
Oh, hang on. Let me.
it's a long video. So I'm going to ask Justin to like skip through it.
Yep.
But the
So,
Arc browser has this concept of spaces, and in this spaces you have tabs. Okay, this doesn't sound very revolutionary, and it's really not. It's just the way they look at things. But they do have a couple of new neat things coming in this latest version, and I think this is really going to blow Justin's mind. But I'm going to ask him just like, yeah. So you can skip to each one of those because those are really the only things you're going to care about.
okay. So, yeah, let's go to the chapters. Let's first look at instant links. And yeah, guys, if you've not tried out Arc browser, it is really a different type of browsing experience. I feel like it's like the biggest departure. I mean, it's still a browser, but it definitely is different. And some of the cool stuff they do, it definitely enhances the browsing experience a lot. I would recommend anybody try out the browser. So let's see what they've got new here. Instant links. We're going to go check this out.
I've never done this before. So if you actually say, hey, blank page, forget what a browser is, a search engine. How do we bring you what you want as quickly as possible? I think we can do that. You say, True Detective, season 4, trailer, just enter. And we're going to go out and search the internet for you.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Interesting.
And so you tell our
Okay, so skip the middleman, right? So basically, instead of you going to a search results landing page, we're going to shortcut that. So this is interesting, right? Because if you think about it, I mean, they're probably doing this in a really naive, dumb way right now, right? In that they're probably just literally like relaying the API call over to like Google or Bing or whoever, and then plucking off the first result and then automatically sending you there. But you can definitely see where AI at some point is going to be used to select the best result, right, that you're looking for. And they may already be doing that with this and automatically cut out the search engine. So this brings up an interesting question.
What? Yeah.
Which is this the future of how search is going to work? And
no, that's coming up.
Oh, okay. Because what I was going to say is what this is painting the kind of future of is like SERPs go away. Is that what we're gonna think?
Just keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. So let's go to 5 minutes to Arc Explore.
talk about the idea of like you combine a browser, a search engine, and a web page, and you blend it into a seamless tool. But this feature is kind of that to its extreme. So let's just say I want a reservation at either Lilia, Llama Inn, or King's Imperial. Why don't you just tell Arc what you're looking for, and then it will go browse the web for you, and it will do whatever it needs to do. It'll click on whatever buttons. It'll go wherever it needs to go, and then bring it right back to you. So this is it telling you all the things about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Stop it. Exactly. Stop it.
You notice it's already filled with it. Okay. So just hit reply like it's a WhatsApp thread. I say, few Chifa dishes that I might consider cooking. And you're thinking with the internet, and look what it did. So it's like it's really did its research. But let's just say I'm like, all right.
Yeah, interesting. I mean,
that sounds really good. Let's just like.
So okay, this is ChatGPT. It's LLM basically embedded directly into the browser as a replacement for search.
Yep. Keep going though. Before you freak out, you gotta flip to each section.
Okay. Let's go. Am I good to go to the next one?
You can probably just drag through it a little bit to get the preview. Because
so this is very just kind of LLM-y, but like look at how nicely this is done.
I knew you were gonna freak when you saw that.
Wow. Yeah. Oh wow. I mean, this is guys, y'all are looking at the death of search. You're looking at the death of search as we know it. It's
As we know
incredible.
it. Yes, it's still
As
search.
we know it.
As
It's
we
still
know it.
search. But as we know it, this is what we talked about last year. We talked about this exactly last year, which is this stuff is going to completely flip the tables over on SEO and how we think about search optimization online.
I
And
never would have said I would pay $20 a month for a browser, but I'll pay $20 a month for Arc if they start charging.
Yeah. Oh, look, there's the original Mosaic. Do you remember, did you have a GeoCities homepage? This looks like a GeoCities homepage a little bit.
I did not have a GeoCities homepage.
Man, I love mine.
All
Okay, let's
right.
check out Arc Search and Browse for me.
Yeah.
I have a feeling, am I going to want to see this thing with the cubes?
I don't care about the cubes.
Okay.
That's just talking about the parts and it's all coming together. It's like the played out
Okay.
cliche.
Throughout my day, I got this thing on me. And if I got a question, first thing I do is I pull this out of my pocket. So this is Douglas Park. I remember like there was something about Santa Monica has a history of, it was like an airport or something. So all I do is I say, history of Douglas Park in Santa Monica. And I ask it to go browse the web for me and find out like, what was it about Douglas Park? Like, what's the history of this place? It was something. Look, formerly a site for an aircraft factory and a movie studio lot. Tells me all about when it was constructed, tells me what it has here, tells me more about, okay, it was Douglas Aircraft Factory.
So yeah, it's searching obviously dozens of websites and then summarizing them. And I think what their magic is in their summarization.
Yeah, I was going to say the way that they like origins, blah, 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 the way that they delivered that summary is pretty interesting. Because otherwise it's just search, right? I mean, it's Wikipedia, but they're munging it with an LLM probably. So that's really interesting.
This next part I actually think is probably the most important for businesses.
Okay, so let's check out live folder data. Don't touch your keyboard.
This is not this to do with AI, but it's the same idea of let us go do the browsing for you. What if you don't even have to touch your keyboard?
I was like, this is my dream t-shirt right here.
What if it just knows, hey, you really like that blog. Whenever there's a new blog post, right in the sidebar. When there's a story about art, it just puts in there for me. So for example, this came in, I actually haven't read it. I'm not saying I endorsed the message. I hope it was a good review. But that came in yesterday.
That looks promising. The behavior of like how we normally operate.
We want to make a browser that browsers for you. And sometimes that's because you tell us what you want and we go get it for you. But what if we can actually anticipate your needs and just bring it to you without you even touching the keyboard? Another good example, we use linear and GitHub, it works. So anytime I get tagged in something, you can imagine you come back to art and it has created a much more dynamic.
Are you kidding me?
Wow.
Yeah. This one keep going a little bit further. I think on this one, you can drag until the next.
Let's say you were trying to make the best restaurant.
Let's look at this.
But all you could do is touch the interior design. You couldn't do the food, and you have no control over the table service. It'd be really hard to build the best dining experience. The browser is the interior design. It's the container. The reason we're doing this is not to build a noun like the browser. It is to end-to-end make your damn internet better. That's why we're breaking out of just the browser. We got to think about your experience across all of it.
By the way, that's a great UX analogy.
Oh, it absolutely is. Yeah.
Yeah, go here, I think.
Pull out that phone in your pocket and search for Arc Search. Start using Browse for me and everything else in our brand new default mobile browser. Live folders. This thing is coming really soon. If you are a company that makes pieces of software or a person that makes a piece of software and you want to bring Arc alive with what you built, please reach out as well. We're going to put the information on the screen. And then the final thing, Arc Explorer, quite frankly, I don't even know what's going to be named that by the time you get it. It's coming soon. We're hoping in the next month or two, but we're still figuring out the details. So stay tuned. If you take one thing away from this today, it is not that it's ready. And it's not that it's done. It's that Act 2 just started. So as always, we will ship something new every week. We'll keep you posted. And yeah, have fun with it. Let us know what you think.
So I don't know if it was in here or somewhere else, but I saw them as an example of typing, create me a folder and add like 10 links about XYZ. Like that was the prompt to, and it
Oh.
created the folder and filled it in instantly. So instead of just finding a single result, like you can, and obviously for those who don't use Arc already, what's really impressive is you can take a space and copy a link to the space and send it to somebody else, and they get all of the links pre-opened. If you haven't seen that,
I've not seen that.
all right, well then I'm going to send you. Actually, I cannot send you. Okay, yeah, you just do it real quick.
Okay.
So go to where it says Madeira Labs at the top,
Yep.
then go to share.
Oh, share.
Now copy that link. Now open up Google, like our Chrome or something instead of this.
Chrome.
Yeah, it can go on any browser. So if you send it to somebody with Arc, it'll create a new space. But yeah, do it. Come on, go to Chrome. You got to see
Yeah,
this.
I'm getting Chrome open. Okay.
So the reason why I find this so fascinating is because it's going to be, so we've talked about like Figma being multiplayer was really the big deal, right? This is making browsers multiplayer.
Look at that.
Um,
This is really smart.
and so what I've seen people do is actually, Justin, you'll appreciate this. They create their whole onboarding doc for the client, for a new employee, and it goes tab one, set yourself up on this system, this system, this system, and then it's their knowledge base, and you just send them a link, and it's everything they need.
Of course, that is a brilliant use of this.
Arc is a multiplayer, intelligent AI-based browser experience already, and now they're just going to make it even crazier with the stuff we showed. I can't tell you how much I love this software, which is the craziest thing, because like who would think they love
a browser?
It's a browser, guys.
Yeah, but I do think, I mean, we've talked about this again. I'm gonna just keep repeating it because I think that it is so important. Is this stuff the last year, right? We're almost coming up on a year. Well, I guess GPT was out a year ago, right? But we're in year 2, I guess now. But GPT-4 didn't come out until what, March or April of last year? End of March, something like that. This is all going to completely change how we think about browsing the internet and how we think about search and how we think about finding things, right? Like this is probably one of the most aggressive steps forward I've seen, certainly in terms of embedding it into the experience, in terms of doing exactly what he's saying, which is browsing for you. I think what's fascinating about it to me, Chris, we've done a lot of SEO stuff together. We've talked about SEO a lot over the past few years. And what I think is fascinating is this is putting product teams in a really interesting position as they look at what they're supposed to do this year. How are they going to optimize for search? How are they going to do this when the entire landscape is changing out from under you? How's a product person even plan for that?
Well, they reach out to Arc and say, how do we work with you on the folder settings?
Yeah, right. The folder thing is also really cool because I have, for a long time, I've had this problem, and I don't know why I can't get myself into a habit and whatever, but like I don't keep up with like blogs and news and all that kind of thing like I want to, because I have to have like an RSS reader and I got to set that up. And I've tried a number of RSS readers. I've bought RSS readers that I paid for. And I just never go back and check them. And the reason is because my whole world during the day revolves around the browser. I just never leave my browser. I'm just in my browser all day. I don't go back out on my desktop hardly ever. And so bringing that functionality into the browser like that is huge.
Yeah, and so what? And for those who don't know, RSS readers, every blog has an RSS feed, and you can subscribe to it. So this is an example of like my blog posts since I last checked this at 7 a.m. So there's 44 blog posts. Now I subscribe to a whole bunch of stuff, and this is actually how I find most of the links that we discuss. Is they all come to me this way. Like it's fed like a tornado into me, and I just scroll it real quick, copy the interesting stuff, and then we discuss it. But you have to be very, very purposeful to add something to an RSS reader. You have to like, oh, I've read this. This is good. Let me subscribe. Right. And the concept of, hey, I'm in the browser, I'm reading this blog post, go ahead and make this, add this to my live folder instantly. It's going to change.
Well, and the other thing about it is it's breaking out of this RSS paradigm, right? Because being able to say, throw all my Linter notifications, my GitHub notifications, whatever, into one of these folders, that is massive, right? What you're actually seeing to some degree, even more than the death of search, you know what you're seeing the death of? And we've been seeing the death of, but this is going to accelerate it. And that's
Yeah.
That's email, right? Because this is my email today is now mostly just notifications from different services, right? Well, once that gets assumed into the browser experience, what the hell am I using email for anymore?
I love that you say that. Email's never dying.
Well, it's like a fax. It's like the fax machine. It's never going to completely die, but it will become a thing that people probably sneer at some point, and they're like, "Really, you like still email people?"
By the way, fax machine. Fun fact: when was the fax machine invented? Do you remember from my
Like
talk?
I don't remember, but it's early 1900s or late 1800s.
Fax machine was actually invented. I gotta Google it because I forget it all as well.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now.
1843.
1843.
Yeah, I know.
Insane. The telephone was invented like 20 years later than that.
Yeah, it's because it operated on the principle of like Morse code and those kinds of things, right?
Right. It was like a telegraph system.
Yeah, it was like a telegraph system.
Yeah.
Anyway, sorry. Anyway, that's it for today. For this section, we reviewed the Arc browser. We're going to try to topically focus on one thing at a time. It is very much about AI. It is very much about the changing nature of search. In addition to that, it just has some really neat features. And I'm an Arc evangelist. And so thank you guys and have a good day.
Peace.